My beloved child. From the moment you were formed in your mother's womb, I have been with you. My eyes saw your unformed body, and all the days ordained for you were written in my book before one of them came to be. I have loved you with an everlasting love, and I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. You are never alone, for I am always with you. In the stillness of the night, when you feel the weight of the world pressing down on you, know that I am there, holding you close. When you wake up in the morning, unsure of what the day will bring, remember that my presence goes before you, preparing the way. Throughout your day, in every situation and encounter, I am by your side, guiding and protecting you. Consider the promises I have made to you. I have said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. This is not just a promise for the good times, but for the difficult times as well. When you walk through the valleys of life, I am there to comfort and support you. When you face trials and challenges, I am there to strengthen and uphold you. Look to the stories of those who came before you, who experienced my faithfulness firsthand. Think of Moses, whom I called to lead my people out of Egypt. Despite his fears and doubts, I assured him of my presence, saying, I will be with you. And I was with him every step of the way, performing miracles and providing for my people. Just as I was with Moses, I am with you, guiding you through your own journey. Reflect on the story of Joshua, who took on the mantle of leadership after Moses. I encouraged him with these words, Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. My presence gave Joshua the strength to lead and conquer the promised land. The same presence that empowered Joshua is with you, giving you the courage to face your own challenges. In moments of doubt or fear, remind yourself of my faithfulness. When the Israelites wandered in the desert, I was with them, providing manna from heaven and water from a rock. I was a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, guiding and protecting them. My presence was constant and unchanging, just as it is with you. I am your provider, your protector, and your guide. My dear child. Throughout the pages of Scripture, my faithfulness and unending presence are woven into the lives of those who trusted me. Each story, each testimony, is a beacon of hope for you today, showing you that I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Let these stories fill your heart with the assurance that I am with you, now and always. Think of Abraham, whom I called to leave his homeland and journey to a land I would show him. Despite the uncertainty, Abraham trusted in my promise. He did not know where he was going, but he believed in my guidance and presence. I was with him, blessing him and making him the father of many nations. Just as I was with Abraham, guiding his steps and fulfilling my promises, I am with you, leading you toward my perfect plans for your life. Consider Joseph, who faced betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment. Even in the darkest moments of his life, my presence never left him. I was with him in Potiphar's house, blessing everything he did. I was with him in the prison, giving him favor and wisdom. Ultimately, I elevated him to a position of great influence and used him to save many lives during a time of famine. Joseph's life is a testament to my unwavering presence and the extraordinary things I can do through someone who trusts me, no matter the circumstances. Remember Moses, whom I called to deliver my people from the bondage of Egypt. When he felt inadequate and fearful, I reassured him with my presence. I will be with you, I told him. Through plagues and miracles, through the parting of the Red Sea and the provision of manna, my presence was evident. I guided the Israelites with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. Moses' story is a powerful reminder that I am always with you, providing guidance and strength for every challenge you face. Reflect on David, a shepherd boy anointed to be king. Despite facing giants, fleeing from enemies, and enduring great personal failures, David remained a man after my own heart because he sought my presence above all else. In the Psalms, he poured out his heart, expressing both his anguish and his deep trust in me. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. David's life shows that no matter how dark or difficult the path, my presence brings comfort and courage. My precious child. In every heartbeat, in every breath, I am closer to you than you can imagine. My presence is not just a distant concept, but a tangible reality in your everyday life. When you wake in the morning, know that I am there, greeting you with the dawn. When you lay your head down at night, my peace surrounds you, giving you rest. Every moment in between, I am with you, walking beside you, sharing in your joys and sorrows. I want you to understand the depth of my presence in your life. It is not limited to times of worship or prayer, but it permeates every aspect of your existence. When you feel overwhelmed by the tasks and challenges of the day, take a moment to breathe and remember that I am with you. My presence brings peace that surpasses all understanding, calming your heart and mind. You are never alone in your struggles, for I am your constant companion. Think about the ordinary moments of your day. When you are at work or school, I am there, giving you wisdom and strength. When you interact with others, I am there, guiding your words and actions. When you face difficult decisions, I am there, providing clarity and direction. My presence is the steady, unchanging foundation on which you can build your life. Lean on me, and let me support you in all that you do. My presence is also a source of comfort in times of pain and sorrow. When you experience loss or heartache, know that I am with you, holding you in my loving arms. I feel your pain and weep with you, for you are my beloved child. In these moments of suffering, let my presence be your solace and strength. I will never leave you to walk through these valleys alone. There are times when you may feel distant from me, when it seems like I am silent or far away. In those moments, remember that my presence is not based on your feelings, but on my promise. I have said that I will never leave you nor forsake you, and my word is true. Even when you cannot sense my presence, I am still there, closer than your next breath. Trust in my faithfulness, and seek me with all your heart. You will find that I am always near. Let's reflect on how my presence has been a source of strength and guidance for others. Think of Daniel in the lion's den. Faced with certain death, he trusted in me, and I was with him, shutting the mouths of the lions. Daniel's faith in my presence sustained him in the darkest of times. Remember also Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who stood firm in their faith even when threatened with a fiery furnace. I was with them in the flames, protecting them from harm. Just as I was with them, I am with you, protecting and delivering you from danger. My beloved child. When the storms of life rage around you, when the waves of worry and anxiety threaten to overwhelm you, remember that I am your refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. My presence is not only a comfort but a fortress, a place of safety and peace amidst the chaos. In those moments of fear and uncertainty, come to me, and let my love calm your heart and mind. Think of the times when you have felt alone and burdened, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. In those times, I am there, inviting you to cast your cares upon me, for I care for you deeply. My shoulders are broad enough to carry any burden you bear. When you feel weak and weary, let me be your strength. I am with you, offering my support and comfort. Consider the story of Jesus calming the storm on the Sea of Galilee. His disciples were terrified as the waves crashed over their boat, but Jesus, with just a word, commanded the wind and the waves to be still. "Peace, be still," he said, and the storm obeyed. Just as I calmed the storm for the disciples, I can bring peace to the storms in your life. Trust in my power and presence, and let me speak peace into your heart. Reflect on my promise to never leave you nor forsake you. This assurance is not conditional or temporary. It is a steadfast truth. Even when you walk through the darkest valleys, I am there with you, guiding you with my rod and staff. My presence is a constant source of comfort and protection. In the face of fear, draw near to me, and let my presence dispel the shadows. When you face trials and tribulations, remember the story of Job. Despite losing everything, Job remained faithful, and I was with him throughout his suffering. In the end, I restored Job's fortunes and blessed him abundantly. Your trials are not a sign of my absence, but an opportunity to experience my faithfulness and provision. I am with you in your suffering, working all things for your good. Remember also the story of Esther, who found herself in a position of great risk and responsibility. Faced with the potential destruction of her people, she sought my presence and courageously stepped forward to intercede on their behalf. My presence gave her the wisdom and bravery she needed to save her people. When you face daunting tasks or dangerous situations, trust that I am with you, giving you the strength and wisdom you need. My cherished child. Life can sometimes feel like a journey through a vast and unpredictable wilderness. Yet, even in the most desolate and confusing times, know that my presence is your guiding light. I am with you, directing your steps and ensuring that you never walk alone. When the path ahead seems unclear and you feel lost, trust in me to lead you. Consider the story of the Israelites wandering in the desert. For 40 years, I guided them with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. Even though they faced uncertainty and hardship, my presence was a constant source of guidance and assurance. Just as I led them to the promised land, I am leading you towards the plans I have for you. Trust that my guidance will take you exactly where you need to go. Reflect on the times in your life when you have felt unsure of which direction to take. Maybe you faced difficult decisions or encountered crossroads that left you feeling anxious and confused. In those moments, I was there, whispering words of wisdom and direction. When you seek my counsel, I will illuminate the path before you, making your way clear and straight. Remember the story of Ruth, who left her homeland and everything she knew to follow her mother-in-law, Naomi, to a foreign land. Ruth trusted in my guidance, even though the future was uncertain. Her faithfulness and trust in me led her to Boaz, through whom she became part of the lineage of David and ultimately, Jesus. Just as I guided Ruth, I am guiding you through every twist and turn of your journey. Think about the journey of Paul, who once persecuted Christians, but then encountered me on the road to Damascus. That encounter changed his life forever, and my presence became his constant guide. Despite facing persecution and numerous challenges, Paul followed my lead and became one of the greatest apostles. His letters are filled with the assurance of my guidance and presence. Like Paul, let your life be a testament to the transformation and direction that come from walking with me. Consider also the life of Mary, the mother of Jesus. When the angel Gabriel appeared to her, she was faced with an overwhelming and daunting future. Yet, she trusted in my word and my guidance, saying, I am the Lord's servant. May your word to me be fulfilled. Her faith in my plan brought forth the Savior of the world. In the same way, when you face the unknown, trust that my guidance is leading you to fulfill the great plans I have for you. My precious child. In the midst of life's chaos and noise, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and burdened. But remember, I am your refuge and your strength, a place of rest and renewal. My presence offers you the peace that the world cannot give, a peace that calms your heart and restores your soul. When you feel weary and exhausted, come to me and find your rest. Imagine a gentle stream flowing through a quiet forest. The water is cool and refreshing, the surroundings serene and still. This is what my presence is like, a sanctuary where you can find solace and refreshment. When the demands of life press heavily upon you, step into this sanctuary. Let my peace wash over you, renewing your spirit and giving you the strength to carry on. Think of Martha and Mary. Martha was busy and distracted by all the preparations that had to be made, while Mary chose to sit at my feet, listening to my words. Martha was anxious and troubled, but Mary found peace in my presence. Like Mary, choose the better part. In the busyness of your life, take time to sit quietly with me. Let my words soothe your soul and give you the rest you need. Reflect on the words of Jesus. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. These words are an invitation to you. When you are weighed down by the cares of this world, come to me. Lay your burdens at my feet, and I will give you rest. Consider the story of Elijah, who, after a great victory, found himself exhausted and discouraged. He fled to the wilderness, where he felt utterly alone and overwhelmed. But in that solitude, I met him. I provided for his physical needs, giving him food and drink, and I spoke to him in a gentle whisper, reassuring him of my presence and purpose. Just as I cared for Elijah, I care for you. When you feel depleted, come to me. Let me nourish you and speak to your heart. My dear child, in a world that often feels harsh and unforgiving, know that my love for you is tender and unchanging. I have loved you with an everlasting love, and I draw you close with kindness and compassion. My presence in your life is a constant reminder of this love, a love that surrounds you, lifts you up, and carries you through every moment. Consider how deeply I care for you. I have known you since before you were born, intricately weaving your being in your mother's womb. Every detail of your life matters to me, and nothing is too small or insignificant. Just as a shepherd cares for each sheep, tending to their needs and protecting them from harm, I care for you. When you feel overlooked or forgotten, remember that you are always on my mind and in my heart. Think about the parable of the prodigal son. Despite the son's mistakes and waywardness, the father's love remained constant. When the son returned, the father ran to him, embraced him, and celebrated his return. This is how I feel about you. No matter where you have been or what you have done, my love for you remains unwavering. I am always ready to welcome you with open arms, to forgive you, and to restore you. Reflect on the way I provided for the Israelites in the wilderness. Despite their doubts and complaints, I never abandoned them. I provided manna from heaven to feed them and water from a rock to quench their thirst. I guided them with a cloud by day and a fire by night. My love for them was steadfast, just as my love for you is unchanging. In your times of need, look to me. I will provide for you, sustain you, and guide you. Remember the healing touch of Jesus. He healed the sick, gave sight to the blind, and raised the dead. Each miracle was an act of love, a demonstration of my deep care for humanity. When you are hurting, whether in body, mind, or spirit, turn to me. My healing touch is available to you. I am the great physician, and my love has the power to heal and restore. My beloved child, when life feels overwhelming and the weight of your burdens seems too heavy to bear, remember that I am your strength and your support. In your moments of weakness and despair, turn to me and find the courage and resilience you need to press on. My power is made perfect in your weakness, and my grace is sufficient for you. Think about the times when you have felt crushed by the challenges before you. Maybe you have faced sickness, financial hardship, relationship struggles, or deep emotional pain. In those moments, it can be hard to see a way forward. But know this, you are not alone. I am with you, ready to lift you up and carry you through the darkest valleys. When you feel like giving up, lean on me, and I will give you the strength to keep going. Consider the story of Gideon, who felt inadequate and fearful when called to lead Israel against their enemies. He saw himself as the least in his family, and his family as the least in their tribe. Yet, I chose Gideon and gave him the strength to defeat the Midianites. Just as I empowered Gideon, I will empower you. Do not be afraid of your limitations, for I am your source of strength. With me, all things are possible. Reflect on the journey of Moses, who doubted his ability to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. He feared his own inadequacies and worried about the obstacles ahead. But I assured him that my presence would go with him, and I would give him the strength he needed. When you face daunting tasks and feel unequipped, remember that I am with you, providing the strength and resources you need to fulfill your purpose. Think about Paul, who endured countless hardships, including imprisonment, beatings, and shipwrecks. Despite these trials, he remained steadfast in his mission because he relied on my strength. In his letters, he wrote, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Paul's life is a testament to the power of relying on me for strength. When you feel weak, let my strength sustain you and give you the courage to persevere. When you face spiritual battles and feel overwhelmed by temptation or doubt, remember that I have equipped you with everything you need to stand firm. My Spirit within you is a source of strength and power. Put on the full armor of God and stand strong in my might. You are not fighting these battles alone. I am with you, giving you the strength to overcome. My precious child. In moments of uncertainty and fear, when the future seems unclear and your heart is gripped with anxiety, know that I am your constant and unchanging guide. I am the one who holds your future in my hands, and I have plans to give you hope and a future. Trust in me, and let my presence bring you peace. Remember the journey of Abraham, who was called to leave his home and travel to an unknown land. He did not know where he was going, but he trusted in my promise and set out in faith. Abraham's trust in me was counted as righteousness, and I fulfilled my promises to him. Like Abraham, when you face the unknown, trust that I am guiding your steps. I know the plans I have for you, and they are plans for good. Think about the Israelites at the edge of the Red Sea, with Pharaoh's army closing in behind them. They were terrified and saw no way of escape. But I made a way where there seemed to be no way, parting the sea and leading them to safety. In your own life, when you face seemingly insurmountable obstacles, trust that I can make a way. I am the God who makes the impossible possible. When the path ahead seems blocked, look to me, and I will guide you through. Reflect on the life of Joseph, who was sold into slavery by his brothers and later imprisoned unjustly. Despite these hardships, Joseph remained faithful to me, and I was with him, guiding him through each trial. Eventually, Joseph rose to a position of great authority in Egypt, and his wisdom and leadership saved many lives. In your trials, trust that I am with you, working all things together for your good. Even when circumstances seem dire, I am guiding you toward a greater purpose. Consider the story of Esther, who found herself in a position of influence at a critical time for her people. Faced with the potential destruction of the Jews, Esther courageously stepped forward, trusting in my guidance. Her bravery and faith were instrumental in saving her people. When you find yourself in difficult situations, trust that I am with you, giving you the courage and wisdom you need. I have placed you where you are for a reason, and I will guide you through every challenge. Think about the journey of the apostles, who were sent out into the world to spread the message of my love and salvation. They faced persecution, hardship, and uncertainty, but they trusted in my presence and guidance. Through the power of my Spirit, they accomplished great things and changed the world. Like the apostles, when you face your own missions and callings, trust that I am with you, equipping you with everything you need. My Spirit within you is a source of strength and guidance. My cherished child. As you embark on the journey ahead, remember that I am your ever-present guide, walking beside you every step of the way. I have seen your beginnings and I know your end, for I have crafted each chapter of your life with purpose and love. Trust in my divine plan, for it is woven with threads of hope and fulfillment. Consider the paths you have traveled, the peaks you have scaled, and the valleys you have crossed. In every trial and triumph, I have been there, your steadfast companion, your source of strength. Even when the road seems uncertain and the challenges daunting, rest assured that I am with you, illuminating the way forward with the light of my truth. Reflect on the times when you felt overwhelmed by doubt or fear, when the shadows of uncertainty threatened to engulf your spirit. In those moments, I have whispered words of courage and peace to your heart. Trust in my promises, dear one, for they are firm and unshakable. I am your refuge and your fortress, a stronghold in times of trouble. Think of the stories of faith that have inspired generations, stories of perseverance, courage, and unwavering trust in my guidance. Like Abraham, who followed my call to a land unknown, or Esther, who risked everything for her people, let their faith be a beacon for your own journey. Embrace each challenge as an opportunity to grow in faith and reliance on my divine providence. Consider the love I have poured out for you, a love that knows no bounds, that surpasses all understanding. It is a love that bore the weight of the cross, that conquered sin and death, and that beckons you into intimate communion with me. Rest in the assurance of my unending love, knowing that nothing can separate you from my embrace. Remember the promise of Isaiah, "You fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." These words echo through eternity, a testament to my unwavering faithfulness. When uncertainty clouds your vision, trust in my steadfast presence and the power of my mighty hand. In your journey, let faith be your compass and my word your guiding light. Seek my wisdom in every decision, my peace in every storm, and my grace in every moment. Surrender your fears and anxieties to me, for I am your refuge and your strength. Rest in the knowledge that my plans for you are filled with hope, purpose, and abundant life. My beloved child, as you continue along the path I have laid before you, know that I am leading you toward a future brimming with promise and blessing. Your steps are ordered by my wisdom, and your heart is cherished beyond measure. Trust in me completely, for I will never leave you nor forsake you. With unwavering love and boundless grace, I am forever yours. With unwavering guidance and endless love, your Heavenly Father.